Yo,
Okay. Clearly, I still have to figure out how to work this
nah, you're good.
app. What's going
Yeah,
on today, man?
yo, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
That's good to hear. All right, I'm doing well myself too.
That's what's up. There was someone else that joined just before with you. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, I think that's me once again, just pressing buttons. Just
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. No idea.
Word. All right, let's get this going, dude.
All right.
I'm excited to interview you. Thank you for being on. Thank you for like I don't know, taking time out of your Saturday to do this, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, of course.
All right, yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. I'll start off with a general introduction. Like, yo, what's up, guys? My name's Chef. I'm working on a guild house where content creators can basically meet up, collaborate on bigger projects, and yeah, just work together as independent creators. So I'm doing this interviewing process where I just show the kind of cool creators that exist online, and yeah, share about what they're doing, find out more about them. And today we have Brandon, who is a content creator. I literally just came across his TikTok. He's pretty funny, a commentator, I guess is a good way to pronounce it. I don't like. Let me know if I'm describing you in the wrong way and like the content you
No,
do.
you're good. Yeah, you're good.
Awesome, yeah, and yeah, I just want to find out more about your life, where you from, how you got into this, and like yeah, kind of what your goals are, who you would see yourself like collaborating with, and like what you think of guild houses in general.
Yeah. So, uh, Brandon, a lot of the content that I've been making has been based around food, nutrition, um, and I'll be honest with you, at this point, I've been making content for like, I think I'm coming up on like 2 years now, year and a half, 2 years, something like that. And the biggest thing now that's pushing me to create as much as I'm making, this is like the most I've posted. I'm just like continuously trying it, is just to see how creative I can be. And it's just like if I have all these ideas, let's just start pushing things out because I've got the time to make it, if we're being honest, you know. If you make the time for the things that you feel you need to make time
That's real.
for. In terms of goals, that's actually the goal that I have, is just to just keep creating, just keep creating. There's no like follower count or amount of anything that I have as of right now. It's just okay. I've already have like a certain type of system and structure in my life, and I see, oh, I have times and places where I can post something, you know?
Yeah,
And on top of that, it's like with cooking and learning about food, learning about health and so on, it's like that type of information, like, it's not just sitting in my head for nothing. You rather just share it. So
dude.
just
Yeah,
share it any kind of way, you know what I'm saying?
that makes so much sense. Yeah. So how long have you been like into like cooking and nutrition and stuff, and like the consistency? Like real mad props on that.
So in terms of cooking, since about like 2019, that was when like I stopped eating meat and everything, and then the goal became, well, I'm going to teach myself how to cook. You know, 'cause who else is going to feed me at that point?
Yeah.
And and so it probably took like 3 years or so to really get in the swing of understanding how to cook and being in the kitchen. And now I'm at a point where I do these like Sunday lives of just meal prepping for the week. And beforehand, I was like doing like cooking videos and such. But with having a new job, I'm really not trying to be cooking at 6:30 o'clock at night and making a video of that at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll just do that on Sundays and live stream the whole thing. That way it just feels, I think those feel a lot more natural too, as opposed to moving the camera around and doing so much right now. Eventually I'll get back to that, but this is for right now, you know?
That's what's up, dude. Yeah. So you mentioned it's like a creative outlet for you. Like,
hmm
do you see yourself like becoming a professional cook, or is it just something you do on the passion as a side, or like, yeah, where do you see it?
Um, Professionally, maybe, maybe, you know, in terms of cooking for other people under my own name, my own guise, as opposed to working for somebody and doing that. I am very passionate about cooking for other people, cooking healthy food for other people, however you want to see that. And I think that cooking just in general is something that my soul wants to do and wants me to do. So, I mean, I'm not just cooking for myself at the end of the day, why not cook for other people, you know?
Yeah, literally. That's crazy. Like, I don't know, you're both creating for yourself and like the nutrition, but you're also
Hmm.
making something that is for the community. Like, I don't know. Um, that's an amazing mindset to have, like just to be sharing and to be trying to like produce for others and like that level of consistency and stuff. Have
Yeah.
you always been like, I don't know, like in that like kind of mode of thinking and like constantly
Oh
practicing?
no.
Yeah.
No. You know, beforehand it was more so like I just had the time to do it. So why not record and why not make the videos? And then like I said, it was just about just sharing, if it's like if you're able to do anything for free in the world, that's probably the thing you could be doing. And cooking is one of those things for me. So again, why not share that? But in terms of the consistency, no, this is technically like a brand new thing. Trying to post multiple times a day. I think if anything, it's like a very active state now. I do kind of like to be a busy person, so it's like just to throw that in my schedule and just keep it going just as I guess I don't want to use the word challenge to myself, but proving to myself like, hey, you had this mindset beforehand where you felt like you didn't have enough time, but now prove it to yourself that you do and just see where it takes you. Just see where it goes.
Yeah, no, it's like you're taking your time back for yourself.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a and like
Oh yeah. I
in this
definitely like
economy.
to take my time with me.
Yeah, you really
Just
find
to
a way.
see, get a
Yeah,
feel for it.
that's amazing, bro. That's amazing. Yeah. Um. So yeah, I don't know. Is cooking your like your main activity, your favorite thing to do, and or is it just the way that you found like creativity and expression comes naturally?
I would say that it probably is the most passionate thing that's within me right now. Um, Not just cooking, but learning about food, learning about herbs and natural healing and stuff like that. The way it's being expressed though is through food, if that
Mm.
makes sense.
No, of course, yeah. The nutrition's like, would you say you're kind of a naturalist and like you look
Yeah,
for healthy foods rather than healthy medicines?
yeah.
That's
Well, I'll say, yeah, because even with medicines, you get into the whole, like let's grab some Tylenol or whatever like that.
yeah.
I think that everything that we need is already around us, you
Mm.
know? Um, why not pick from that? Why there's no sense in needing to synthesize things and, it's if it grows around us naturally already, it must be there for a reason.
Yeah. And that's a serious like sense of in touchness with nature and your experience because some people don't live that way. Like they don't like recognize like oh like these things like I guess there's a manufacturing process that goes through most of the food that we make that like there's this feeling of oh I can't cook or like no like there's too many steps
Yeah.
to this or like yeah there's this like a barrier of entry to something that comes naturally like creation and crafting
Hmm.
like yeah uh I don't know how did you get over that like barrier for yourself or like were you just naturally into cooking or
I guess you could say I was already naturally into cooking, just, growing up in general, but it was the I'm going to learn how to cook for myself. Well, I guess I'll say this. It was actually a really big fear of mine. Not, it was irrational as irrational can get. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, how am I going to be an adult and support myself if I don't know what to cook at night? How did we grow up and our parents already knew what to make for ourselves? every single night, even if there were leftovers. That really freaked me out growing up, or at least in my like later teenage years. But then it was like, okay, well, if that is such an issue, figure out how to cook, figure it out, and just keep learning, keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. I think that if it's something you want to know and it's something that you're interested in, why not learn about it? you know?
Real.
And I'm the kind of person like I really like to work with my hands. You see, I'm doing all this moving around my hands while I'm talking, anyways. I really like to work with my hands. I like busy work, and cooking is just at the epitome of that. It's a very involved process. So to me, it feels perfect. I've always been into like drawing and creating and painting, photography, things of that nature. So it kind of feels like this is just another phase of that, you know, just different avenues of creativity being pulled out of me to show me what I'm capable
Yeah, a way of life almost.
of.
Yeah, dude, that's dope. Yeah. Uh, I forgot my train of thought. I was just like, yeah, what you're saying. Yeah, it really be like that. Like genuinely. I don't know. Like, what types of foods do you like to create? What's like kind of ingredients are you reaching for and stuff? Yeah.
Oh, like you walk into the grocery store and see the produce section, everything over there, everything. You know,
Yeah.
I became, well, it just in general, I'm very much if I see it, I want to know if I can do that as well.
Yeah.
You
What you
know,
can do with it. Yeah.
absolutely. Walking through the frozen aisle, it's like, I can buy it for $5 or I can make it myself. Why
Yeah.
not why not figure out how to make it myself? Now I've got a huge quantity of it. It's
Yeah.
lasting me through the entire week and I don't have to continuously $5 meal, $5 meal, $5 meal. It's like it's all right here and it tastes how I want it to taste. Whether it's I like the sauce that they use, or I like that they use these types of onions, these types of peppers. It's like, okay, I can use my own mind to make these things because that's where it's coming from anyways.
Yeah. I feel you. It's like it's its own art form. I don't know. Cooking is like for the greats, bro. Like, um, you see it how like people travel the world and you see different cultures and like how they use what their surroundings are and how like it emphasizes their own culture and like their background. Speaking of like your background, what was your kitchen like? What hometown were you from? Like, what was that like? You know what I mean? Like, what
So
influenced people
I
taste?
I'm here, I'm from Virginia, so you
Yeah.
got your soul food meals, of course, when it comes to Thanksgiving and all that type of stuff. So it not to say that it wasn't anything out of the ordinary, but my mom did take the time to cook. And whether it was every single night or every other night, like my mom took the time to cook. My dad would cook here and there. He would mostly do like breakfast on weekends, for at least from what I remember. But there was always something happening in the kitchen. My dad also grilled a lot when we grew up too. So food was always being cooked in and around the house. There wasn't a whole lot of, hey, we're gonna stop by McDonald's, or hey, we're gonna pick up and grab these things from out the grocery store. It was like we're picking up things from the grocery store because they're gonna get cooked at home, not just a bunch of hot meals, to pop in the microwave and go.
That's yeah. It's a great environment to be like growing up with, and like I see how you're naturally more like willing to cook and like make your
Mm-hmm.
own recipes and stuff. I honestly find for myself that I'm like cooking just when I feel like an actual urge of like, oh, I would love to see this like meal created, or
Yeah.
like, it would be interesting to see this mixed with this. But like those Sunday preps and like making it into a routine and a like actual living schedule, like uh I appreciate it, and like I've seen from your videos and stuff like that, it's like yeah, you're helping out. Where do you see this going, kind of like with your videos and cooking and like mixing the two?
That I'm not sure. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm not sure
Yeah,
where it's leading to. It's like I'm just letting the road kind of open its way and show me where it's going as I'm walking down it, you know? And now what I have envisioned for it in terms of, because I know one of the questions was, would I eventually see myself working with other people? One of the ideas that I have is, maybe inviting somebody over and having that Sunday meal prepping and inviting somebody and cooking with me or something like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um, I don't really have that worked out in my head just yet, but I think that that would be a really great thing, whether it was having family cook or having friends come over, because then it becomes inviting somebody into my world and they're not just sitting on the outside and I'm telling them about it, you
Mm.
know? I think that there's 1,000 ways to get to the same answer, you know? You've got 1,000 ways that you can make the number four that are outside of just two plus two makes four. So then it becomes, let me show you how I'm getting to my answer,
Yeah.
and run with it. Take that information whatever you want with it, But that just, I guess, teaching about it or showing is one way for me to show that I care about that person, or that the love that is trying
Yeah.
to be expressed within me. I'll say that.
Community love. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's amazing. Genuinely. Yeah, and like to your idea, especially with the idea of like guild house and productions and stuff like that. Like there was a show in South Africa where it's like different people will come over and they'll have dinner parties and it would be like cook-offs almost.
Oh
Yeah, each
yeah,
person
okay.
has a
I know what
talent
you're
for the
getting at.
show. Yeah, and it would be so cool to see that where like people are like actually like, oh, here's my style, my taste, and like stuff. Here's my like dinner party, and like then you collaborate with others, and it's like if there were to be a guild house where you could find other people to collaborate with on bigger projects, what types of projects would you want to work on as like a chef or just a creator in general?
The friendly competitive of who can cook a better meal, that really
Yeah.
sounds like a good idea. That sounds really
Right? Yeah.
awesome. Or even just like we're all coming together to make this thing and we're all cooking different parts of that meal. Somebody's on dessert, somebody's
Love
on the
that. Yeah.
main course and sides. That sounds like a very awesome thing. I think that at the end of the day, as long it is we all came together to make this food and then had it together in a sense, because it's like, how can I explain that? It's like just continuing the conversation, creating a space where it's like, I don't want to use the word intimate, but that technically that's what it is. Like
Connection.
this is what in my head, a family would do. And family can be whoever you choose it to be at this point,
That's
not just
right.
who you're blood related to. It's just a building that sense of connecting with others through food.
Mm.
But
That's
the
so
competitive,
true.
the competition between,
Yeah. I mean, everyone loves a good competition. I feel you. Yeah. And even at festivals, like when there are those pop-up stands, and it's like, there are people who want to become like shop owners and chefs and stuff like that, or like owning a food truck. That has always been like a quiet dream in my life. Is like the idea of just traveling
yeah.
around. Yeah, like you get to see different places, be in different areas, and like you share food with people, and it's like I don't know. There's something mobile and free about the life that seems interesting to me. But yeah, like I don't know. I think it'd be like how food connects people at festivals and things like that. Like there's so many opportunities. But yeah, dude, thank you so much. Let me check through my questions. Yeah,
Yeah, no, like I said, thanks for having me. This is dope. This is awesome.
yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And it's always good to meet other creators and like just connect over a shared like interest in like create making something from nothing. Just finding your environment and your situation and being like, hey, this is what I want to share with the world.
Mhm. And not to, just to continue that part, it's like just showing the appreciation that you have for where you're at. There are a lot of people that kind of wake up and just complain about things. It's like
Yeah.
have everything that you need right here in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. Very mindful, seriously. So yeah, what makes your art unique in your own like telling of it? What makes your videos, your craft, yeah, unique to you?
I think that not not that to me they're not just regular cooking videos. It is me allowing what is sitting in the pits of my soul to speak through the food. You know, it's like not necessarily a teaching moment, but it's, hey, let's gather up. We're in the kitchen today.
Yeah, do it for real.
Like just bound everybody up.
Yeah.
We're in the kitchen today. We're gonna sit and make this food and just figure out how this stuff's supposed to go. Um, I think I capitalize a lot on the letting the ancestors speak. Just toss the seasoning inside there. You know, it's not like a, oh, quarter teaspoon here, quarter teaspoon there. It's like in real time, I'm gonna show you how my brain is working when it comes to making this food.
Mhm.
You know, I think that may be the thing that sets what I'm doing apart.
So it's like a freestyle almost.
Mhm.
Wow.
Absolutely, all just muscle memory. You know, I guess you could say
Yeah.
muscle memory, intuition, and then having an idea of whatever I want to make. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna show y'all how I'm gonna get there. We're gonna get there one way or another.
Figure it out. Yeah. And are there any inspirations, any culinary like or cultural inspirations, Jamaican food or Caribbean? Yeah.
It's really funny you brought that up.
Yeah.
Definitely, I would say definitely Jamaican food. Like I made a video about this. It was like the way I make cabbage. I don't know where that comes from, but it's the cabbage got to have the carrots and the onions in it. I don't know where that comes from, but overall, I think that there are so many cultures that have food, and there are so many different things to try. Get it and make it at home. Just see if you can. You know, I used to like just have cooking videos just playing on the TV, even if it was just for like background noise. You know, all types of cultures. You know,
Yeah.
best Jamaican and Caribbean dishes, Korean street
Classic
food,
stuff.
and all that. And I'm just interested in food itself. I'll be honest with you. Like
It's a
food is
good
just
thing. Yeah.
interesting to me. You know.
That's life right there, bro. There's like few things that bring people joy, like a good meal and just having community around it, like genuinely,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah. And so one of our last questions: would you join a guild house? Like, do you see yourself finding community in a guild house for your craft?
I think I could. And the reason I say I think is because it just hasn't sat in my head long enough. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
But
thank you.
I think that community is a very necessary thing to, you know, to an extent. You cannot do everything alone. And
Yeah.
sharing, it's just about sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would be a very awesome thing to do something with another person or a group of people. So that will stay in my head. It will. It's like either, I think I had heard this not too long ago. It's like, you know, either create something for people to be a part of or join something. Stop trying to go at it alone.
That's the realest part, dude. Yeah, it's so much more important, like when you do it with that community sense. Thank you so much, Brandon, right?
Yeah? Thanks for having me.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure, bro. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We've had Brandon telling us about his inspiration behind cooking and creatorship. Any last words, any inspirational, like, final thoughts? And yeah, before we close off.
Um, of course, if you like put your mind to it, you can do it. But the things that sit in your head are not for you. You know, like I don't cook for myself essentially, even though I do the meal prepping. But the things that you know, the things that you learn are meant to be shared, and they're meant for another person, another set of people, community, family, whatever you say. You know, these things and talents that you have are not for you, they are for the world, and it's necessary. It is necessary.
Yeah,
Are necessary for
God
them.
bless, bro. Yeah. Yo, thank you so much. That's everything. That's like yeah, appreciate you. This has been really good. I don't know if you want to say how you felt about it on the live, but we can talk about this afterwards too.
Awesome.
How you feel?
Yeah, I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and I'm glad I took the opportunity. You know, I'm
Yeah,
very glad that I took the opportunity to just sit and talk because this is a really awesome thing.
dude, thank you. And this is my first like I've done this before, but never on TikTok live and never like this before. And Yeah, you were an awesome first guest to have, dude. Like, seriously, appreciate it. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna try end the live. I'll be back on again if you want to see the next creator and stuff like that. Appreciate it. Do you hope you enjoy your Saturday? And yeah, I was struggling to figure out how to end this live thing before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had a lot of like, yeah, there was a lot of technical difficulties at the start, but this is fun, dude. All right, I got you. Peace out,
All
man.
right, man. See you later.